So I would say like one of my first exposures to work taking place at Duke and various faculty and staff working on energy access projects was by taking a class that was then being taught by the director of the Energy Access Project, Jonathan Phillips, on renewables and developing countries, emerging markets specifically. So this course was, a really good exposure to the sector broadly in sub-Saharan Africa, but also touching on other regions, including, the Asian energy access market, and a couple of the different barriers to the development of the sector and why it was unlikely that SDG 7 would be met by 2030. So I was able to connect with, SETI researchers and EAP researchers, and through, networking and just sharing my interests, get the opportunity to work as a graduate research assistant for SETI. Again, just in line with my career ambitions of working as a professional in the energy access space, I also intentionally sought out a capstone project or master's project specifically in the space, and was able to do one in collaboration with advisors from the Energy Access Project and contacts from the Energy Access Project in Zambia. So I ended up working on a project on sustainable mini-grid development with a client who was based in Zambia, a local mini-grid developer who is based in Zambia. So I've been able to just do coursework that's very specific to energy in emerging markets and very targeted at energy access. I've also been able to kind of get hands-on research experience working on a variety of projects in different country contexts, also broadly around energy sector development. So currently I'm working as a associate data solutions analyst at a company called Nithio that provides credit financing solutions to unlock energy access, household energy access at scale in sub-Saharan Africa. And I work in the risk analytics team primarily. I'm working on their credit services product. And this, this work is, extremely tied to what the skill I've been able to develop while I've been at Duke. And so the coursework that I've taken, building up my quantitative analysis skills at Duke has been really valuable in helping me be well positioned to do the work that I do, but also not only the coursework, but also kind of the practical application of that coursework. So my background is in engineering, and though I did understand the technology and also from the experience that I had with the work that I was doing prior to joining graduate school, I didn't have too much experience in quantitative analysis and statistics and economics. And I've been able to not only take coursework with even professionals that are specifically researchers, professors that are specifically doing projects around development and energy access, but I've also been able to work with them, even as I mentioned in my research assistant work, on projects that would require me to apply some of the skills that I learned in the classroom. So it really helped me be confident of what I knew and could do and the type of work that I could carry out in the sector. But also, as I talked about how valuable it's been, the work or the connections that I've built at Duke, specifically in the sector and with researchers and professionals working in the sector, is I was able to connect with the company that I currently work for, directly as a direct result of both a class that I took, but also subsequent workshops, a workshop and convening that I participated in that was organized by EAP. And so I was able to get connected to the management team of this company. I was able to express my interest in the work that I do, have an opportunity to, interview, even do a summer internship with them, and that led to them being able to offer me this the position that I currently hold, and me being able to be part of this really exciting company doing really interesting work that's very well aligned with the type of work that I want to do, and the type of career path that I have set out for myself.